Okay, that's enough. What's up, Doc? And yes, that is a pun that I had to say it. I had to say it, you guys. It's late at night, like it always is when I do these videos. But what's up, Doc? Yeah, that's right. That is right. Kirby Dach, the first star of this game, ladies and gentlemen. The Habs beat the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. What's up, Doc? Yeah, I'm going to say it 100 times in the video. I don't really care. And this was a fun game. I did find the second period when the Habs were on the power play, I kind of wanted to fall asleep during it. There was a second there. I'm like, oh my gosh, the Habs power play is not the greatest to watch all the time. But that was not the case in the first period because Nick Suzuki, Captain Nick Suzuki, folks, 6 goals, 6 games. Hats off to Captain Nick. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this game. So I'm going to break it down real quick. I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff here. And let's just get right into her, shall we? Okay, great. Thank you. Mike Hoffman, I don't know what his problem is. Mike Hoffman, in an intermission saying how when the Habs were already up 4-0, he's going like, in his Sportsnet interview, like, yeah, we don't need to get any more goals. We just got to tighten up defensively. No. You know what, Mike? You're wrong. You're wrong, Mike. I meant to pull this picture down when I did that. You're wrong, Mike. But thanks for coming out. And thanks for scoring, by the way. Mike Hoffman has 3 goals in 24 hours because that's what we pay him $4.5 million for. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Mike. Really, no, we do. I'm on a rant here tonight. But after that, the Kirby Dach scored a second goal, which we needed because Vancouver clawed their way back into this game, as we know, with Luke Schenn, who's still in the NHL, by the way. Former Toronto Maple Leaf Luke Schenn, sure. Apparently he's up there in all-time hits, Luke Schenn. Did you guys know that? Did you guys see that stat? Because it's true. He's like he's above Zdeno Chara and a couple others for all-time hits in the NHL, which is wacko. I had no idea. But Luke Schenn made it 4-1 for the Canucks and for the Habs, I guess. But and then Nils Hoglander made it 4-2, and that's the closest that Vancouver would get. Although on Vancouver's power play, I mean, you guys saw how many posts they had in the third period there. They had an opportunity to make it 4-3 very easily. Sam Montembeault stayed steady, but he also got some help from the posts. Jonathan Kovacevic getting his first career NHL point, assisting on Mike Hoffman's goal. So that was a nice little thing for Johnny Kovacevic. There was like pronunciations from all over the place tonight from Michelle Guala, the Habs announcer, and the Sportsnet broadcasters. But either way, Kovy, as some want to call him, I don't want to call him Kovy. That belongs to Kovalev for me. But he gets his first career NHL point. So good for him. He's a Niagara Falls boy, so I obviously appreciate that, being from Niagara Falls myself. Jonathan Drouin robbed me of a cup of coffee from Tim Hortons, so not impressed with that. He had an empty net. All he had to do was put it in for his first goal of the season, and he fanned on it. Jonathan Drouin upping his trade value again because I picked him to score with my Tim Hortons picks. Okay, that's why. I know, but I picked him anyway. Nick Suzuki, 6 goals in 6 games. We mentioned it. Cole Caulfield, hammer time on Tyler Myers. So for Kirby Dach's second goal, which was near the end of the third period, Cole Caulfield runs into 6'5" or whatever Tyler Myers' height is, 5'7". There's about a foot mismatch between Cole Caulfield and Tyler Myers. And this puck was kept in, I think, partially by Nick Suzuki to start this playoff. But Cole Caulfield gets the puck loose as he runs into Tyler Myers, and then Nick Suzuki fires it to a wide-open Kirby Dach, who buries his second of the game. So shout out to Kirby on that one. I think I had a picture of Kirby. I thought I threw one in here. Yes, I did, from his OT winner just a few short weeks ago. Not even against Pittsburgh, actually. But Kirby Dach, man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. What does he have now? Is it? He had 2 goals tonight, so I believe it's 4 goals. He's got himself 14 points in 13 or 14 games. I think it's almost a point a game he's getting it. So this Dach, Caulfield, Suzuki line is just continuing to get it done, and it's fun to see. It is absolutely fun to see. Mike Pezzetta having himself a quietly good game, I thought. Made a couple of nice plays. Didn't throw the body around a ton until like after the second Dach goal. His adrenaline was up, and I saw him throwing the body a little bit more. But Mike Pezzetta coming in, doing his job in the absence of Josh Anderson and Uri Slavkovsky. So yes, I didn't have a chance to touch on it because I made my last video from last night's game against Detroit. My question was, should Slavkovsky be suspended? Yes, the answer was yes, according to the NHL. And surely, the more you watch that hit, you got to suspend him, and he gets the same amount of games as Josh Anderson for his hit on Pietrangelo, and then Slavkovsky's hit on Luff. It's Luff, right, from Detroit. I do believe it is Luff from Detroit. Anyway, but Slav gets 2 games, and the Habs are able to get a W despite Anderson and Dach being out of the lineup against a Vancouver Canucks team, again, that just had a very, very sloppy first period. The Habs went up 3-0 in the first period, as you guys know, off goals from Nick Suzuki. And we got to talk about the Sheriff, Wi-Fi himself, Arber Xhekaj, getting his second goal of the season. So that was off a very weird sequence where Sean Monahan, was it JT Miller or who was thrown into the face-off circle there? And then on that face-off, they were thrown into the face-off, yes. And then the puck came to the point. Monahan won the draw to Arber Xhekaj. It looked like Monahan tipped it at first, but Arber Xhekaj gets his second career NHL goal. And then Kirby Dach, not that long after that, strips JT Miller, the freshly signed contract. The ink is still wet on JT Miller's contract. That's how new it is. Kirby Dach comes in and just steals the puck off of him and just goes in and buries it 5-hole on Thatcher Demko, who had a very tough night. I also have him in my hockey pool. Me and Dangle have that in common. We both have Thatcher Demko in our hockey pools with Yahoo Fantasy. Don't ask us why, but we do. So the Habs beat the Canucks 5-2 in this fun little game at the Bell Center, where the Habs were winless in 3 games at home. So it was nice to get the 2 points. And you know what? It's also just nice not to be completely out of it 13 or 14 games in. Don't you guys find that? It took the Habs over 30 games to register their 7th win last year. 35 wins or so it took for the Habs to get their 7th win of the season. This time it took about 13 or 14 games. I just don't have the exact number of games played for the Habs, but I can pull it up right now just for the fun of it real quick before I let you guys go. But in the standings right now, let's just look at it for fun after tonight. Might as well do it. Might as well go by division here. So the Habs are 7-6-1, 15 points. The Habs are 2 points behind the Leafs. The Habs are tied with Tampa Bay right now. Figure that one out. So, and actually, they're 2 points. The Habs are 2 points behind Detroit. So you got to think Detroit is 7-3-3. Did you guys realize that? Detroit has 17 points. Montreal has 15, and Montreal was able to just stop 7 power plays from the Red Wings last night. So the other positive from this team growing into their new identity and becoming the new fast, skilled offensive team that they're becoming is they win a back-to-back. And the Habs don't win a lot of back-to-backs going back the last few seasons that I can remember anyway. And especially in a season where they're just not expected to do a ton here, there's growth. There's so much growth. There's positivity, Habsitivity, if you want to follow our Habs Tonight catchphrase. But you know what? Just a lot of positives in this game. Vancouver was not very good. I thought the Canucks were drunk in the first period. I thought they were hungover or something after their game in Ottawa last night, where they beat the Ottawa Senators 6-4. But Vancouver just did not look good in that first period at all. Second period, not all that much better, but they clawed their way back into the third, and then it was just too late. So anyway, that's all I got, you guys. Sam Montembeault, Jake Allen, by the way, got to give a shout to them. They're both just playing outstanding hockey. The Habs' next game is against Pittsburgh in Montreal on Saturday night. So I will see you guys then, and comment down below your thoughts on the game. I really appreciate it as always. The Habs beat the Canucks. I'm just trying to think if there's any other players before I let you guys go that stood out to me. I want to talk about Evgeny Dadonov really quickly. I think I actually had a graphic for this. So Dadonov and Drouin, they're going to get better, right? You know what? I will give Drouin the shout out on the assist on the opening goal from Nick Suzuki, which, by the way, that goal was scored 55 seconds into this game on the power play. It was 2 passes. I think it was maybe not even 2 passes, but Jonathan Drouin, the nice little dish to Suzuki. He doesn't hesitate. He gets it. He scores 5-hole on Demko. But with the whole trade rumors and how we know what's going to happen with these guys likely at the end of the season. They're not going to be here most likely. But I'm hoping that they're going to get better. We want to see some more depth scoring. We're getting it from Mike Hoffman as of right now. Christian Dvorak had his night last weekend. And hopefully we start to get it from Dadonov and Drouin, because they were on the doorstep tonight. Both of them were. Dadonov came down and had that little deke and dangle and ended up drawing a penalty. Didn't get a goal or an assist, but he came close. But Johnny Drouin did have an assist on Suzuki's goal. So we'll give him that. And he didn't get me a cup of coffee. I'll forgive you, Johnny. All right. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Go Habs, go. It's been fun. It's been fun so far. They're a respectable team. I can take that. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Cheers.